9.com.au. See you there.
It's the secret the dairy industry's been keeping from us, what they're really putting in the milk you buy at the supermarket to cream even bigger profits.
How do you think consumers should feel about this?
Well, I think they should feel pretty ripped off.
Did you know that milk is being watered down?
No, I didn't actually.
How much of this stuff is being put into milk?
It can be as much as 10 or 12%, I believe.
I mean, we should know exactly what's in the product, because it will change what we do and what we buy.
It's the secret the milk industry doesn't want you to know.
You think now milk is milk. Milk may not be milk.
It's been pasteurised and homogenised, but much of the milk on our supermarket shelves is also being secretly modified.
They're tampering with a product that shouldn't be tampered with.
Tonight, we can reveal the major companies that process milk are adding a watery substance called Permeate. Depending on the brand, up to 12% of milk is being made up of this cheaper substitute. Most brands use it, and the law says companies don't have to disclose it on the label.
It's deceptive, isn't it? You know, it's really a labelling issue. The consumer has every right, you know, to know what they're purchasing. You know, that they believe that milk is milk.
Paul Weir is a fourth-generation dairy farmer. He's blowing the whistle on the use of Permeate because he believes customers aren't getting what they're paying for.
I'm disappointed, you know. I believe consumers should be drinking whole cow's milk, and the consumer believes they should be drinking whole cow's milk. You know, so we're all getting ripped off.
There's nothing harmful about Permeate. It's a byproduct that's made from the manufacture of other dairy products. In fact, they use it to make skim milk. But what the major processors are doing is getting this stuff and pouring it into full cream milk. The effect is to dilute it and make more of it. And the thing is, you and I have got absolutely no idea if we're drinking it or not.
It's a little bit much the same as adding breadcrumbs to sausages.
It's in there, but we probably won't taste it or know about it.
They're just as tasty, except there's less meat in the sausage.
Jeffrey Quinn is a consultant to a dairy farming collective and wants the law changed so processors will be forced to label which of their brands have Permeate and how much.
It's all exactly the same milk, and it has Permeate in it.
Now, as a customer, can I tell if milk's got this Permeate in it?
Depends how good your taste is. You know, I say try. You know, go and buy a cheap bottle, buy an expensive bottle, and give them a go.
Two companies that admit using Permeate are National Foods, which make purer milk, and Dairy Farmers. These companies also make the generic brand milk for both major supermarket chains.
How do you feel about the fact they're doing this?
Oh, it makes me angry that they can do that and sell it without any repercussions.
I think we should all know what they put in here so we know what we're eating and drinking.
Do you think they should have it on the label?
Oh, definitely. Everything else is on the label, so that should be on the label also.
I didn't realise that Permeate was used in a lot of the products, and it sort of changed my attitude a little bit about milk.
Lisa Boudin and her family go through 4 to 6 litres of milk a day. She usually buys the generic supermarket brands.
I find with the home brands it is sort of watered down a little bit, but we usually buy it because it's a bit cheaper.
Experts say these milks are probably cheaper and seem watered down because they contain Permeate.
It should be at least written on there so that you have the option to look. And if you see it and you don't agree with it, at least you can say, you know, I'll buy something else.
The use of Permeate in milk doesn't just affect you and me when we buy it at the supermarket. It's also being felt out here in dairy country. Farmers say they're losing between 10 to 15% of their sales of real milk because the dairy companies are choosing to use the cheaper substitute.
I'm disappointed, you know, as a farmer, you know, and, you know, we got kids and everything like that. I really feel disappointed that, you know, milk is an icon, you know. It shouldn't be tampered with.
The milk is yum for me and my tum.
Milk from the farm costs processors about 50 cents a litre. Permeate, on the other hand, costs less than half that, around 18 cents a litre.
That margin's not going to the consumer's pocket. It's not coming into the farmer's pocket. You know, it's once again, it's big business just for their own greedy profits.
Dairy Farmers and National Foods both refused our requests for an interview, but deny they use Permeate as a way to increase profits. Dairy Farmers says all major processors use Permeate to standardise the quality of milk and provide consumers with a consistent product.
Why the big secrecy about if they are using it, you know?
Should this be on the label?
Oh, for sure. I think it would change a lot of people buying it.
If they want to do it, fine, but let's be honest about it.
And Jeff Quinn's Dairy Farmers Collective has asked the ACCC to investigate the use of Permeate in milk. For more on that story, go to our 9MSN website. Still to come, the home construction company forcing families to live in caravans.